just taking its items behavior. What about its... Oh wait, it's because it's a gas, isn't it? And it's a liquid. That's what's been going wrong. It should be making ethylene out of... It should be making liquid ethylene into gaseous ethylene as opposed to the other way around. I suppose that makes sense. I guess what I'll have to do here is... Well, for one thing, put the... Wait a minute. So this thing accepts liquid ethylene and oxygen instead of gaseous ethylene, and but that doesn't make sense either. Because if it was accepting liquid ethylene, but it wasn't, it was taking ethylene instead of liquid ethylene. Fortunately, I can use a gauge dropper and make it take gaseous ethylene instead. I don't want it to... Wait, this is for items. I don't want it to do anything with liquids. At least not for now. So now we have liquid ethylene. I will take this mechanical pipe and put it in here. And it'll input fluids here and output them somehow. I mean, now that is there really no way I can get it to do this? Okay, here we go. Suppose the next thing I ought to do is... Well, how do I make this thing convert gas to liquid ethylene in the first place? Oh, it was through here. That's what was going on. So I'm going to use gases and... Oh yeah. I'll put them on the side. Like that. And... Oh right, it's out of... There, that ought to do it. Now, as I said before, I do want to make like a lot of these pellets. It takes 8 to make a sheet, but the number I'm going to eventually require goes all the way up into the thousands. How many is... I've already got like 10. Okay, so I'll take 8 of them. There we go. And make them into an HDPE sheet. And add that to my solar neutron activator here. So what do I need for that? Well, I need bronze ingots, and bronze you make by, well, there's a couple of ways to do bronze. 3 coppers in a tin is the traditional way for, with Tinker's Construct. But I have the induction smelter. If I were to use that, I can take the actual metal bars. I think I can still do this. Yeah, here we go. While I'm up here, I'm gonna replace my steel helmet and take these gold boots off. I only ever need them if I'm going for a walk in the nether anyway. There we go. 4 bronze. That funny noise kind of gets on your nerves after a while, doesn't it? Alright, what else do I need for a solar neutron activator? Well, let's see. First off, a steel casing. Oh, that's what I did with my advanced universal cables. They were up here the whole time. So there's a steel casing. And then I'm going to need to, well, I do these in packs of 4 anyway, but only need 2 of them. I don't have any more. And then it's most efficient to do the infused alloys in packs of 8, because it takes like 1 redstone for that. And then I'll need, kind of think, but I think I'll need to turn all 8 of those into reinforced alloy. Yeah, let me just get this nether brick out of here. Alright, so that's 1 for these, 1 for those, then I'll make 8 of these. Ah, and this is finished. Excellent. And then we'll make the elite control circuits. And there. 1 solar neutron activator. What am I going to do with this thing? Well, before we get into that, I'm going to put this nether wood away too. I keep meaning to put these things away and then never getting around to it. One thing that I gotta do for, well, the Mechanism quest line actually does require this. I need to make nuclear waste barrels. Now those are really simple. They're just lead and steel. I need to make 8 of them. I'm not sure why. But let me just clear off some space here. Get rid of these. Oh, they're radioactive waste barrels. And there we go. I got 8 of them. And I get a hazmat suit, which I will hopefully never need to use. Because hazmat suits are meant for when you're working in a radioactive area. Now where are those ultimate pressurized tubes? Here they are. While I'm at it, alright, I suppose I'll have to put that off for a bit. What I want to do here is make it so that I can take the radioactive waste and I won't accept input in here in this direction. Perhaps I can use it. I can make it go up. It's a bit counterintuitive, but it should theoretically work. Then why do I have this? I think I need to there we go, yeah. I don't want to waste ethylene. So I extract it out of here. But then I have to route it through either the... Well, if it's sunny out, it goes to the solar neutron activator. But if it's cloudy out, it has to go somewhere else. Somewhere that doesn't need the sun to work. Now, how am I going to accomplish that? Well, first things first, I don't want to use up too much of the space in this chunk. So I'll make it so that this way, so that the fork in the road is here. And then I will make both of these sensitive to redstone. So we can find where the, yeah. Alright, I did plan this out. I sort of game this out. Let me put this in. So I'll grab some redstone torches. I know I have some around here. And some redstone. Because I'm going to be using redstone logic here. And there's a thing from the vanilla version of the game which comes in really handy. It's called a daytime sensor. And it can pick up the different levels of light. There we are. Oh, it requires these. Alright. Thought it took the entire block. There we go. And if it gets light out, it'll output a redstone signal, and the strength of that redstone signal depends on how bright it is out, or how dim it is. But a solar neutron activator can't work in a rainstorm. Let me just shuffle this around here. Yeah, so I'd end up hooking the daylight sensor to... to a redstone signal, but the redstone signal has to be tripped by how bright or how dim it is. And that's generally done using redstone logic. Which means I'd take a redstone torch and put it on this block. See, if the redstone signal is high, it shuts off the pressurized tube. I'll do the same here. Now, granted, it's been a while since I've done anything with redstone logic, so this is going to be kind of going to take a bit of experimentation. Where are we going? Okay, so if I were to... I'd have to invert the signal to send it to the solar neutron activator. So this will take an inverted redstone signal. I'm going to build this nice staircase here. And wire the redstone So just for experiment, just for the sake of argument, why do I not have this? Let's say that I were to take a redstone torch and connect it to the other side of this. You see what that did? It turned this torch off, which turned this pipe on. I will have to do the opposite for this other thing. So notice how putting the torch under this block shut off this light. all it'll take is to connect the signals this way. And now, as you can see, one route is on, the other is off. If I were to take this torch out, now the other route's on, and the first route's off. Okay. So regardless, I'm going to have to keep all this circuitry inside the chunk. And I have, as you know, outlined the barrier. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3 there, and 1, 2, 3 there. That's 4 piece, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And there. Yeah, I ran the calculations, and it will take 13. It'll take a signal from here of 13 or more. Now the signal attenuates. That means it sort of fades as you go along the wire. So if it's 13 coming out, so if it's 15 coming out here, it'll be it'll be like 2 when I get to the actual relay switch. Now as for my solar neutron activator, probably I'm not exactly willing to experiment with nuclear waste, but if I remember correctly, you're supposed to put it here, and it takes an input in the back, and well, actually, yeah, it's configured so that the input's in the back now, and that the output's in the front. And once this thing is finished, it will output polonium. Now, polonium doesn't decay in a nuclear waste barrel. So naturally, I'm going to end up putting this in a nuclear waste barrel. Let me just tack on some more, another pipe here. Shame I don't have any scaffolding or anything like that. I could really use some here. Okay, yeah. So it extracts here, inputs there. Of course, something has to be done to the polonium afterwards. We can't just keep it in gaseous form if we're going to turn into pellets. And polonium is also used for something else, but we'll get into that later on. Now the other thing I need is an isotopic centrifuge. Now I forget how you make those. Well, hold on a second. I need to check on my HCP. Yeah, I thought so. Let me just load this up again. There we go. Okay, so an isotopic centrifuge. That's a basic chemical tank, ultimate control circuits, and yeah. Do I have any thought I did. Yeah, here we go. Well, actually, it needs ultimate control circuits. So what I suppose I'm going to have to do is one of these. Actually, do I have any? I don't think I have any infused, diamond infused obsidian left. I think I used it all up, so I'll need some of that too. And of course, oh wait, do I have? Yeah, I got 2 of these left over. I was a bit relieved there. So let me first make the... I gotta enrich the obsidian first. And then make diamond infused obsidian in this metallurgic infuser, while I use this metallurgic infuser to... That's already finished. Okay, and then that's 4 of these. What am I thinking? I should have just kept it at 2. Or maybe not. That's a problem with using reinforced alloys. It's iterative. Sorry, to make control circuits, you have the ultimate control circuits. You have to use the advanced control circuits first, and make those. Then you have to make elite control circuits out of those. Long story short, I got to go back down again. And grab another one of these too. Enrich this. And this. Okay, that was weird. And take half of these and put them through here. Then put these in here. Yeah, and now I can make the ultimate control circuits. Yeah, I think you remember making this before. It takes a basic chemical tank and 6 ingots of lead, like that. And the isotopic centrifuge will go here. Let me just double check. Takes gases in the back. Yeah, okay. Now the isotopic... Oh. What is with this thing? It must not be bright enough out. Yeah, this is only 13. I guess it must be early in the day, but this will eventually switch over. The problem is that what I really need is something that detects rain, because if it's raining out... Well, interestingly enough, I think there is a solution to this. And that would be to make a sort of manual override. And that would involve using a... got it. Take a couple of levers here. Well, actually... I don't know. If I make a manual override lever... I would have to... I have to put it somewhere that... Well, I mean, a redstone logic works like this. An OR gate is just a... It's the same as what's called a wired OR gate, which means that all you really need is wire. So... Right now this is a logic 0. If I switch it to here, it's a logic 1. And that's yeah, I guess you could call that an override switch. Problem is it only overrides to oh, what's this here? Ah, yeah, here we go. Full daylight. Now you'll notice if no matter which way the lever's set, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess that's override enough for me.